What's up, gaming family? Sega Man back here, yes, with another pickups video. I hope you guys enjoy. Um, I got lucky this time when I went to my local thrift store, and I'm going to show you the stuff that I picked up there in a minute. Got some really good prices and deals on everything that I picked up. Plus, the lady I know that works there, I know her very well, so she hooked me up when I went up to the register. Because when I go there, if they have a lot that's a decent price, I buy it in, I buy a lot of what the games are, not just one or two. Like I'll buy a whole thing of them. You know what I mean? So she really hooked me up. But the first thing I want to show you that I got from Lukey Games. If you're a game collector, okay, and you're looking for a certain type of game, try Lukey Games, and they have really great used video games for all consoles. I've been dealing with Lukey Games for years. You know what I mean? And you also get perks. The more games you purchase from them, you get points, and you add your points up, and you can use those points to get a game, and they'll send you that game free shipping, which is really awesome. So I always gain points with them, and I try to save them up. When I find something I'm looking for there, you know what I mean, the points will add up even more. So let's get into it. So the first thing I got from Lukey Games, I've been trying to get my N64 collection back up. So I found some really good games I got there that I ordered from them for a really good price. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to add it to my 64 collection. N64 collection. So, and it's only the tapes, you know what I mean? A lot of 64 games in these days you can't find in the box, and if you do, you're gonna pay a lot more than what you would pay just for the cartridge. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Now the first one I found is actually a blue tape. It's really awesome. Believe it or not, back in the N64 days and the PlayStation 1 days, you know what I mean? And even the PlayStation 2, you know what I mean? I would say. But back in those days, the N64 had the best wrestling games. The best. My all-time favorite wrestling show was WCW. I didn't like WWF, or WW they call it now. I'm not saying WWF wasn't good back in the very olden days. But when WCW came around, I just liked the WCW more. And one of the games they had is called Backstage Assault for the N64. So I picked that up from them. This was, I believe, $3. I picked that up. And another thing, if you get all these games I'm going to show you equal to $26. So anything over $25, it's free shipping. So if you can find a good amount of games on there, it's free shipping. That's what I always do. So that's the first one. The next one I got here is WCW Mayhem with Goldberg on the front. Another great game. You can find these games fairly cheap. You know what I mean? But it was a good wrestling game for the Nintendo 64. Another one that was really popular in the 90s, and I watched it religiously, was WCW Nitro. So I got WCW Nitro also for Nintendo 64 with Hollywood Hogan on it. I was a huge NWO fan. The old school NWO. I still like the old school NWO. I have shirts. I used to like the NWO. Period. Back in those days, I bought all kind of shirts. You know, when WCW was just killing it. You know what I mean? And NWO is my all-time favorite, wrestling gang. You know, with Scott Steiner and Hollywood Hogan. You know what I mean? All those guys that were on there. You know what I mean? They were just really cool. You know, NWO White. Everybody liked it. The Wolfpack, which is cool. You know, with Diesel and them. But I liked it. The Hogan bunch. You know what I mean? That's who I grew up with. That's who I stick with. So now the next one I got was MRC Racing by Ocean. That's another game I picked up for the N64. That was a few dollars. Another one I picked up, which is actually pretty damn good on the N64, is the Lamborghini game. Another great racing game that's on the N64. That's the thing, you know, back in those days, the some of the racing games on the N64 were really, really good. I would say after the N64, the best racing games, there was a lot of good racing games on the Dreamcast, and there was some really good, awesome games, racing games on the original OG Xbox too. So, and the last one I got, which was it's a really, really, really good game, is WCW versus NWO. That's another great wrestling game for the N64. And all those games came to $26. And I got free shipping. So I'm glad to have that and add that into my N64 collection. Now I am looking for other N64 games, but I'll probably find those here in the near future. So, and I picked up one game from Half Price Books. I really didn't see anything that caught my eye. But I picked up complete in the case. Old school Pac-Man Fever for $5.99 at Half Price Books. It is complete in there. The disc is in flawless condition. It's by Namco. It was a good, cool Pac-Man party game that you can play on your GameCube. You can actually play it on your Wii because it was back compat. But it has all kind of different characters in it, which is really cool, like characters from Soul Calibur. You know, and things like that. Pac-Man, you know, Miss Pac-Man, and just all different type of Namco characters. And this is actually a unique game. And it's a fun game to play with somebody or to play with your kids. It's a great game from the GameCube. Now, after work today, when I went to my local thrift store, it's really hit or miss with them. It really is. It's hit or miss with them sometimes. So I found, we actually got there at the right time. And I found a lot of games, a lot of used games, really cheap. In the box and complete, in good condition. And one of the games I found there for $4.75 was for the DS. It is complete in its box, and it is Sega and All-Star Racing. I found that there. It is complete. Some of these games today, there's the book in the game. Some of these you won't find the book in there. I noticed with some of these games, even if you find the case, you don't find the original book in there. You'll find the the instruction thing in there, but you won't find the book. I was really glad to have that in there and in complete. And this is a fun game on any system. The 360, it was fun. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun on the 3DS. I'll play it on the 3DS. But I finally got it. I'm glad to add another Sega game to my collection. 3DS collection. Excuse me, guys. Which is really awesome. So, glad to have that. Now, they had a whole lot. Let me get those out. All these games came to $26, including other games that were in it at my local thrift store. And they had believe it or not, they had a lot of, and I never really see these games there. They had a lot of PSP games. And I picked this one up for $2.75. It complete in its case. It is Toy Story 3. That was $2.75. Has the book with it. The game doesn't even look like it was even played. And it was $2, $2.75. It's actually good right now, gamers, if you're true gamers that are collectors, to collect some of these games. If you could find these games as cheap as I can, Disney games like Toy Story, on any system will be worth, I believe, money, in the future. Some of these games are worth money right now. But to find this complete in its PSP box, it looks brand new, like it was never even used you know, which is really awesome. And for the shell on it to be in that good condition is rare. Because usually when you find used PSP games, that shell that stores that disc is all beat up or cracked. You know what I mean? Or they got fingerprints all over it. But it was great to find this for that price. Another one I find, it's a PSP Greatest Hits complete in box again, is SpongeBob SquarePants, the Yellow Avenger. Now, I never heard of this, the Yellow Avenger. I don't know if it was exclusive to the PSP or if it's on other systems. You know, I don't know. I own a lot of SpongeBob games on the original OG Xbox. But I picked this up. It's complete again, clean as a whistle, with the book for only $2.75. You can't beat that. So I'll be giving these games a try when I charge up my PSP. Now another one I found here too. Now this isn't complete. It's another Greatest Hits for the PSP. It was $2.75. It does have the, you know, the casing. It is Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. So I found that there. But the thing is the disc is in great condition. Great condition. It's nothing wrong with it. It's in very, very good condition. So I found that also there for $2.75. Now, another one I found was Midnight Club LA Remix for the PSP. $2 again. With the book, owner's manual, and the game. Perfect condition. You know what I mean? Flawless cover. Very grateful to have these games in these conditions. And that was only $2.75 by Rockstar. So I'll give this a shot also. Now this other game I found, believe it or not, is funny. This one I didn't check. But it's supposed to be Need for Speed Underground Rivals. But it is complete. But the only thing it's not complete in here is it's not the right game. So, let's see what game this is. I already know what it is, but I'm going to tell you guys. It is Grand, I don't know which one it is because it's real small. I think it's original. It's Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo in this case. So, I don't care. That's cool. $2.75. I don't care. That's cool. If I find the loose cart, I can put it in here for cheap, and then I'll have Gran Turismo loose cart. So, found that for the PSP. The next one I found here also for another $2.75 was MX versus ATV Relux. $2.75. Complete unboxed, perfect condition, with manual. So, I'll be trying these games out later, but I'm happy to have it complete like that. And I also found a couple VMU videos, okay? $1.75 a piece. The first one here is the movie Speed. I found that. I heard these are actually coming collectible. Now it has a little advertisement inside there. It is in perfect condition. But some of the movies that you find on the PSP are very collectible right now. Some of them are really low in price. Some of them are higher in price. It depends on what the movie is. But they're collectible, I believe. You know what I mean? And some of the movies on there, they had a decent picture, in my opinion. So, was glad to have that. Another one I found was Dick and Jane, $1.75. That doesn't have the book in there, but it has the clear shell in there. So, that was $1.75. So, now, the rest of the games I have here, I found two. This is for the DS. This is Star Wars The Force Unleashed. That was $4.75. That is complete. It doesn't even look like it was played at all, to be honest with you. Another one I found was SpongeBob's Truth or Square. That was $2.75 for the DS. Now that does this have the book? Yeah, it has the book and the instructions Flawless condition. Another really cool one I found for the DS, I actually might try these games out when I'm done, is for $3.75, I found a Transformers the game for the DS. That is also complete in its shell casing with the book. Another old school show I used to watch when I was a kid. I found the game. It's called Scooby-Doo First Fright. That was the $3.75. Is that complete? Is the book behind there? Yes, that was complete. Also, which is a great deal. A lot of these games they're way more than that with the case. Now, if you find the game, just the game, maybe. But to find this for that is an awesome price. Now, I also find it a game for the PlayStation 1, which was 75 cents, called Sea-Doo Hydrocross. So I found this there also with the game and the book, as you see. The disc is in really good condition also. It has a little bit of smears on it from people who handle the game, but that's fine. Clear that up with a little wipe. But that was 75 cents. I also found for $2.75 is the game card case 16 for the DS, which is cool to have when you're traveling. You can put your games in there along with your case. So I picked that up. Never opened. Now the last thing I found there that I want to show you guys real quick is awesome. I found it for $4.75. It's a show I used to love near and dear in the early 90s, and I still love it today, and I hope it comes back soon. I found the X-Files made by Todd McFarlane Toys. I found the Agent Mulder with the alien in very perfect condition, never opened. So let's take a look at that. So I found that for $4.75 there with the alien. The detail of the alien is so awesome. You have Mulder with his flashlight, but that was $4.75 when I was looking around in there before I left. So I'm glad to have this. I'm going to hang this up on my wall with the other ones I have in the background. It might be in a different area, but if you can see it pretty good there, it's in very good detail, the alien, and there's Fox Mulder. So glad to have this. There's no bends, nothing. The description on the back is still awesome and cool. No tears, no scrapes. $4.75. So I was glad to have that. So that's all I have for this time, guys, for pickups. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take me again to do pickups, you know what I mean? But I just got lucky and found those games and wanted to make a nice pickups video, you know what I mean, for you guys. I hope you enjoyed what I picked up. Let me know your comments in the comment section below about these games, if you have them, if you played them, and what you think about them. And also, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching. That's all that matters to me. I appreciate all my subscribers. And I hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you guys soon, all right? Sega Man out. Peace.